touch me, dangerous. Been so lost without you all around me. Get anxious.
Hi guys, welcome back to Siccc Minds Think Alike. It's been a while that I filmed like this. I've been doing, well, not a while like that, but like I've just been trying to do Zoom. Why are you looking at me like that? I've been trying to do Zoom lately just to see how it works so we can still put out some content for you guys. But today I have my little mini me, which is also my producer, who's always behind scenes and wants to chat. I have her on the couch today.
I don't be wanting to chat.
But they always hear your voice in the back.
Because y'all be saying some out-of-pocket stuff.
Well, now's your time to speak on the out-of-pocket stuff. No, just joking.
I remember every out-of-pocket
She's not going to
thing
speak on the
y'all said.
out-of-pocket stuff. I'm going to slow it down a little bit just until I get back to crazy people. And then that's when we'll be turning it back up a notch. But anyways, today's topic, would you like to know?
Yeah.
Today's topic is parenting from a young adult's age. Okay? So I am going to ask her thoughts about my parenting skills from as young as she could have remembered to her current age, which, yes, my daughter is 18 years old and right now currently not being nice.
I'm serious.
Yeah, she'll be 19 very soon, and I just wanted to do something different. Just put her up here, just so you guys could like hear what a young adult would have to say about our parenting skills. It's nice to hear the feedback. I feel like she's at the age to where she'll tell me if I was good or bad, or she didn't like whatever. You know, I just wanted to get her insight on it. So.
She's ignoring the big picture, guys. Happy Valentine's Day.
Oh my God. Yes, today is Valentine's Day and we're filming. I've been completely busy. She has been busy. We've both been kind of busy with doing a lot of things over the weekend, and it's been hard to film, but I still wanted to make sure I was able to put something out for tomorrow. Yes, so I am filming on Valentine's Day, okay? Today is Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day, Tanaya. Happy Valentine's Day to me and Trish. And let's move it on, okay? Because Valentine's Day is supposed to be celebrated 365 days, not just on February 14th. Okay? So, her boyfriend is behind the scenes today, and he's going to hear all this shit.
He got me my new sweatpants.
Bro, that's not what this is for.
You wearing what you got for Valentine's Day?
No, I'm not. I'm not wearing any of it. Sad. Anyways,
you're sad. Look at how you're acting. Sad, sad, sad.
I don't care.
Go to the duck seat.
There's no duck seat in my house. There's no duck seats in my house. Okay? But anyways, you see? Parenting 101. Nip it.
Duck
she's not being nice.
You're not being nice. You're being very sad.
You think I care about being sad? Because I don't. I guess I'm sad every day of my life, and I don't give a fuck.
Wow.
So, you ready to talk about the topic? Are you going to ask questions?
If I have any.
Bro.
How am I going to ask you questions when it's parenting from my perspective?
Meaning, like, if I ask you something and you answer it, that's for you to have a follow-up? Or
that's
you
what
could
I said,
be like, oh, well, Mom, why were you busting it wide open in my grandmother's room? I'm not saying for you to ask me that. Don't ask me. Don't ask.
Yeah.
Don't ask me that.
Mom,
I was just giving an example.
Mom,
okay?
Why were you?
I just said don't ask me that. Okay? I was just giving you an example. All right?
It was a great example.
No. Don't ask me that.
I didn't say I was going.
So, what age do you recall like my parenting skills?
And
just make sure you speak up. Project your voice because you have a big one.
Side eye. I gotta stay on TikTok. I don't know.
Okay, so you feel like, well, maybe not what you remember, like maybe like from when you were able to understand. like a lot of things from like your point of view, POV. Like at what age do you think you was like, all right, I understand why she said don't do this and don't do that and curfews, things like that nature. Like, when do you feel like you actually comprehended all that? At what age?
Last year.
Bro. That's so disappointing if you're telling the truth.
No, I want to say like I wanted to say I started to understand around like 13. It's just a matter of like I didn't care because
I can accept that
it wasn't going how I wanted it to go, and I felt like it was unnecessary.
Oh, you felt like it was unfair?
Yeah.
Unnecessary and unfair.
Yeah.
Okay, so you know we're gonna have a talk after this, right? Because you're being very sad.
How am I being very sad?
Okay, no, I want her to talk. So
no, you don't.
I do, because I
I'll
really
never
do.
come back on here ever again. So
she might, because I'm gonna try to get her boyfriend up here, because I really want to like ask him some questions. I was really hoping he would have sat on the couch with us today, because I really wanted to know like the amount of pressure he feels he have like dating my child, like, you know, with the whole family. Like, we're kind of, but we're not even gonna get into that because he ain't here. I mean, we wild. Like, we be on his ass. Like, my father be on that boy ass. But yeah, we can just leave that for maybe another time. Scott, yes, you could answer in the background.
Yeah.
No, they can't hear you.
Yeah.
Okay, y'all heard him. He said, "Yeah." Don't let my viewers down. Okay, so what did you feel like was unnecessary and unfair? Like one topic, because we can't do everything. Let's not be crazy like all my other guests on this couch.
I know how to keep the topic and stick with it.
Okay, let's go.
At the co-host.
Yeah, my co-host. I don't even know where he at. Sad Jamel.
MIA.
But I'm gonna hit him up after this.
Yeah, you're fired.
Okay, can we? Yeah, because you see,
you're fired.
You're not on topic. Can you? To him.
What are you telling him to do?
I was asking him to take a picture so I could post it. I didn't want to have to say all that. Like, dang. But make sure it look good and make sure it's my good side, okay?
Now, how is he going to know to do that?
Just do multiple, but make sure I'm not looking crazy, because she likes to make me look crazy, and I don't like that.
You hear the cap?
Okay,
come on. The cap is immaculate.
All right, let's go.
Not you pre-posing. I want to say social media and curfew were like the big ones for me that I hated.
Okay. Curfew and social media. Which one would you like to start at? The curfew or the social media?
The curfew.
Okay. At 13 is when you feel like you understood, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so at 13, what time did you think was an appropriate age for you? Before I okay. So, you said at 13, you were supposed to tell me what age you thought was appropriate for curfew.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying, like, you asked me what age I started to understand.
Yeah.
And I said 13. Not saying that I had a problem with curfews at 13.
No, I wanted to know what time you thought was an appropriate
time
for curfew. Because what time was your curfew before?
When
you were 13.
I don't know.
Remember.
Because I'm not talking about when I was 13.
Oh, you
That's
just saying.
That's what I was literally just saying.
Okay, so you're just saying, like, you didn't like the idea of the curfew? Like, of a curfew?
Yeah. But it's, like, obviously, like, I understood that it was because of, like, my age and, like, me being younger. Mm-hmm. But it was just, like, annoying that, like, when we would be living in Manhattan and I would be outside and then the lights turn on and you're yelling out the window, Naya, come upstairs! While everybody is just now coming outside.
I never did that.
You are a liar.
You were a little kid.
No,
you weren't in middle school.
No, I was not a little kid.
Yes, you was. You were in elementary school. You were not in junior high school.
But I was with Devin the whole entire time.
You was not in middle school. You were in elementary school.
But I was
so
with Devin.
You couldn't possibly think
time.
that you were going to be staying outside to, 9 o'clock at night and all that?
Sometimes I did, though.
Yeah, depending on who and where you were.
I was literally always trying to stay right in
So
front of the park.
what time you thought I should tell you to come upstairs in elementary school?
I don't know.
Elementary school, 5th grade, you were how old?
I really don't know. Don't
13. What grade were you in?
That's a great question.
Okay, when you came up here and moved up here in high school, what grade were you? I mean, how old were you?
13, I want to say, 6th, 7th grade? Something like that. Maybe even 5th. Because of my birthday.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what age, how old, what time do you think you should have been outside still? I'm confused. And grade school, not even in middle school, at grade school. What time did you think you should have been outside till?
I just wanted to play outside with the big dogs.
Yeah, but that was not happening, little dog. It's not happening. I'm sorry. So, okay, for middle school, what time did you think you should come in? Because we lived all the way in Brooklyn
I don't know,
at that
because
time.
I wasn't outside in middle school. I never went outside.
Yeah, but you did after school stuff, but we lived in Brooklyn, so it was no way
it was never like an issue with the curfew because I was always just in school every single day for hours.
Okay, so when
I was in the school from 7 o'clock to 5 at night.
Yeah.
Maybe even 6 o'clock sometimes.
Right, because you had basketball games and stuff like that, so you
basketball games maybe even 8 o'clock. Where am I going to go? Oh, Mom, can I just go to Chuck E. Cheese? Where am I going to go?
Not the Chuck E. Cheese.
What else is I going to say?
They had Dave and Buster. Well, how do you say Chuck E. Cheese?
We didn't go to Dave and Buster's like that. We always were at Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah. Anywho.
It's a fact. We were always at Chuck E. Cheese.
I don't want to talk about the rat. Because that's what he is.
His name is Chuck.
That's a rat.
His name is Chuck.
So when we moved up here for high school, were you okay with the curfew then?
When we first moved up here, I didn't really have a curfew.
Okay. All right. So we had a little bit of technical difficulties. I decided to do me a little bit of hoots and, get a little refill for my drink. Guys, make sure y'all go tap in on my little sis Bria shit. She got her Royal Smokes. Yeah, Royal Smokes. Royal Smokes with a
Will
Z.
Smirks. Royal Smirks.
It's Royal Smokes with a Z.
Royal Smirks. More than likely, I put the name right here or something. You know me.
It's definitely hidden. It's hidden. Yeah, it's hidden. Bless you. But alright, we left off at you saying at 13. I was asking you at 13, what time did you think you should have had for a curfew?
Well, what I was trying to say was it's not age 13 is when I was I should have been having this type of curfew, blah blah blah. It's just 13 is when I started to realize when why you're giving me these types of curfews and why everything is starting blah blah. Because to be in all reality with you, when I was 13, I was not going anywhere.
No, you weren't. You didn't really hang because we lived in Brooklyn. So at 13, you wasn't hanging out with people.
I was in school from I want to say 7 to maybe 5, the latest 7, and then I was being picked up by Spoonie and taken right back to Brooklyn, the dungeon. Literally, I was there.
Stop calling that the dungeon.
I could not do anything in there. I hated it over there. I hated it.
You hated it in Brooklyn? Hated it.
I hated it. I hated it.
Okay. You just didn't like Brooklyn or you didn't like where we lived?
I didn't like Brooklyn at all.
Okay, because you're not from Brooklyn. You're born and raised in the city.
I love the city, even to this day. To this day. If I could go back to the city, I would.
You live in Orange County.
Unfortunately.
Bro.
I'm grateful for everything I have up here.
Because I was about to say, you think all this could be going on down in the city in Brooklyn?
No, I never said that.
Okay.
All I'm saying is that if I had the option to go back to the city, I would. Okay. These people up here, besides the people that I know and that I love ever so dearly that I met up here in these 4 years, Everybody else up here is weird. They are weirdos. They are weirdos.
In 5 years? Because it's about to be 5 years.
Yeah, but it's not 5 years yet.
Okay,
it's been 4
years.
Technicalities.
Okay, yes. It's
you said it's about to be 5 years.
It's 4.5 years, though, because we're real close to,
Yeah, but it's still 4 years.
Okay, whatever. All right, fine. So, when we moved up here, what time did you think your curfew should have been up here?
Well, when we moved up here, I had no friends, so I didn't have a curfew because I was not outside.
Obviously, like, once you got acclimated with up here, like how living up here was, and then with school, what did you think? Like, okay, I guess like in 10th grade,
I didn't really have like
you didn't have friends yet, but like towards 10th grade, I feel like towards the middle of like 9th grade, you started to like make friends or socialize rather. You didn't have friends yet. You socialized.
I didn't really have like a curfew because whenever I would hang out with people, for some reason, everybody loved to be here. So I was always, regardless, I was always home. Even to this day, everybody loves to come here.
It's lit here. I mean, you got a cool mom. So I'm not cool. So I'm about to say, like, come on, don't cap for the people. Your mom is.
You know how many arguments I have with people that, what are you talking about? Your mom's not strict.
I'm not strict. I just feel like I'm very stern with what I want for you and what I expect from you. I don't feel like I'm strict. What's your definition of strict?
Because the reason why I say to them that you're strict is because they're going based off of, like, how chill you are with them and the conversations that you have with them. And it's like, oh, your mom is just, she's so cool.
I have those same conversations with you.
Yeah, but I'm like telling them that, like, that's just, like, her being, like, you know, like, oh, hey, guys, blah, 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 like, stuff like that. But it's, like, as, like, her being your parents, it's not always like this. It's like, okay, you need to do this, you need to do that, you need to do this, you need to do that. It's always blah, 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 blah. I expect this, I expect that, blah, blah, blah. Just because you're seeing this, it's not this all the time. It's, get this schoolwork done. I need you to do this. Make sure you do this around the house. And then whenever you get time, can you fit in some time for my podcast, please? Thank you.
That's as of now, my podcast and TikTok stuff. That's not
I'm talking about as of now, because that's
yes.
what they've been saying as of now. Your mom's not strict. You don't know what you're talking about.
So I'm strict.
Yes.
You feel like I'm really strict?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I don't know. I don't know.
I don't feel like I'm strict with you. I just feel like I expect.
Well, not anymore. No.
Yeah, because you're in college, so it doesn't make sense to like be putting down the hammer. You know.
You just said you was gonna make sure your stuff was.
It's my watch. It's my watch. It's Miss Pam calling me. Let me tell her I'm filming really quick so she could have her debut on the podcast. Hi, Pam. I'm filming. Say hi to Tanaya. Hi. She's gonna be on the podcast. So you gotta make sure you watch, so the people will see that I'm talking to you on the podcast. Oh my God! Now? Yes, now. Bye. But she said, "Bye, people."
Conversation for you.
Yeah, it's a good mother-daughter conversation.
Yes. Like, subscribe, and
follow. Yes, Pam. She's sick. Okay, yes. But why do you feel like I'm strict?
I don't know. I guess I feel like it was always just like I don't know. I feel like it was always just like, do this, do that, do this, do that, do that. Make sure you do this.
Okay, so since you feel like I'm no longer strict, do you understand why I was being that way with you throughout your like high school years?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I was strict as you were a kid, of course, because you're smaller. I needed you to understand a lot of things that was going to be happening in your life. But now that you're in college, now you fully understand more. Like, all right, I see why, or what?
Yeah.
What did you see?
No.
Stop playing with me.
Oh, it's just perfect opportunities. Oh, I should have taken a nap today. Anyway.
Bruh.
I should have. So that way I'm not yelling like how I am
What
right now.
did you understand of why I was being the way I was being throughout the 4 years of you being in high school?
To, like, obviously, because, like, now it makes me more, like, on top of things. Because in middle school, I just did it when I could. Like, I was just doing it just to do it. And, like, or whenever I remember. Which shockingly was all the time. Because I had strict mother.
Whatever, Tanaya. Okay, so as a child then, because you're a young adult now, as a child, because you was a preteen. As a preteen, no, when I got married, you was not a preteen. You were a child. So as a child, when I told you I was being proposed to, or dating rather, well, dating, so we'll start there. When I told you that I was going to start dating, once you knew your father and I was not going to be together anymore, you understood that. What was your thoughts on that? Because a lot of families have the same dynamic that you have, where the mother or the father will move on, they meet somebody else, and now they have a step parent. What was your thoughts on that?
My thoughts on what?
Having a step parent. Why are you laughing?
I don't really know like what my thoughts were on having like a step parent. I guess I just like didn't really like mind, but like. Yeah, I guess I just like didn't really mind because I always like I never thought it'll be like the point it is like right now. I never thought it would be like I'm always with you and not really seeing my dad. I always thought it was gonna be like, I'm gonna be with you, living with you, but like seeing my dad when I see my dad, which would not be like how it is now.
Right. So you feel like a blended family, because that's what they call this dynamic. It's a blended family. You feel like a blended family is okay for you?
Yeah. Because in terms of like to be like 100% honest with you, I don't feel like it's a blended family to me because I'm not with my dad or his family.
Okay, so you just feel like this is your family and this is what it is for you. Yeah,
because it's like it almost feels like my dad is the stepdad and he's the one like coming in my life, because it's like I know more about my stepdad's family than my dad's family.
Okay.
Because he's been there and my dad has not been. So it's kind of just like it doesn't feel like a blended family. It kind of just feels like a friend, like you're one of your friends' families and your
That's
friend.
what you feel like your dad is?
Yeah, because like I don't really see or speak to my dad. So it's like...
No, that's your thoughts. I'm sure other kids your age feel like that or felt like that. It's unfortunate that you have to feel like that, but I'm happy that you've accepted that your mother wanted to be happy and found someone that she could be happy with and moved on, and you would be happy too.
Like, honestly, watching like Nickelodeon and Disney Channel, like that is not good for you, because they're just gonna sit here and lie to you. Like, just 100% lie. Like, especially the princess movies. Like, don't watch those. Don't have your kids watch those. They're just gonna lie to you. Because it's like they make it seem like, oh yeah, you're gonna grow up, you're either gonna have a sibling or not. No, let me not say that, because they don't ever show any opportunities where it's just a kid as the only child besides Princess and the Frog.
Yes, because you are an only child.
They never show that, okay? So I'm over here like, yep, sibling's gonna come. Never did. Thanks Disney.
So you
lying to me. I told you I wanted a sibling, just not a younger sibling, so it's kind of
you've always wanted an older sibling.
Yes, I don't know. I don't want responsibilities on me. I already have responsibilities for myself. I don't want to be responsible for you catching on to my bad habits. Like, no.
So wait a minute. You thought if I had another kid, I was going to put that kid on you?
No, not saying that. But I'm saying, like, obviously I would have been however many... How old was I when you met Spoonie? Like, what? Like, 9-ish?
I want to say, like, you were, like, maybe... Yeah, like, 8, 9.
Right? So I would have been already, like, 9, maybe 10 years older than this child.
True.
So, by the time they turned 2 or 3, I'm already 12, 13.
Yeah.
If they pick up on my bad habits, it's going to be, you're doing that in front of this kid. Why was this kid here then? They should have been here before me, not after me. Like,
why is this kid here? You're
like, no, absolutely not. Honestly, that's exactly why I'm not around my cousins that much, because I don't want them to pick up on my bad habits.
So what bad habits you got?
None. But
exactly.
It's just like, I don't
so
want
what are you
them,
talking about?
Like, I don't want them to see, like, if I was just like, I don't know, like, if they were to like see something and misinterpret it one day, I don't want them to be like, huh, Naya did that. No, she didn't. Because the last thing I need is, Sissy, why Naya was doing this around Jason? I don't. Why Tyler doing this and saying that Naya did that? No, especially Tyler. Ooh, that boy annoying.
Okay. So what is one thing that could stick out to you that you feel like I should have done or I could have done better?
Uh-huh.
Be honest.
I don't know. The only thing that I can say is that like I always felt like I couldn't talk to you
Why?
because I was always scared of like how you're gonna react.
Okay, so you sound like Spoonie. Okay. You thought I would always just be like, rah, rah, rah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Other than that, no. Like I literally just was telling her this the other day. Like besides like recently now, like watching her and all my family members film these crazy podcasts, it's like I really see how much they filtered life for me. Like literally,
you were
there's
sheltered.
no reason that I'm learning about these things now that I could have known years ago. And it's just like I don't want to know these things, but it's like unfortunately now I know because
I just
have
feel
to
like
listen
it
to
wasn't
it.
the time or the place for you to know all of what you know now because you were young, you were a child, and I needed you to be in a child's place. I didn't need for you to feel like you needed to worry about what mommy's going to be doing or not doing or this or that or what your aunts and uncles or whoever is doing. It was just it was the timing wasn't right. And now I feel like as you being a young adult and you're in college, yes, I need to instill more things in you so you could be like, oh, all right, this is what the fuck they was talking about. Like, this is this shit she was telling me about. All right, I know how to handle it now. I don't know how to be like, oh my god, I'm gonna call. I don't know what to do. I gotta call my mommy. I don't know. Because a lot of kids are sheltered still to your age. They don't have any idea of like what reality really is because they are sheltered. Like, I'm sure you can see the difference of living up here now and you having street smarts from down there. A lot of people up here don't have street smarts. You have street smarts because you were born and raised down there. Exactly. So it's like these kids up here, they roam around and they try to be all hood, but they're not hood. I'm not even saying that you're hood. I don't feel like you're hood. I feel like you have street smarts.
Yeah.
What these kids up here don't have. They don't have any idea of how to defend themselves. If something happens, what are you going to do? They're going to call mommy and daddy. You would assess the situation, and then if it's something that's beyond you, and it's like, I got to call my parents, now is when you will call your parents. You wouldn't outright be like, oh my god, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? I got to call mommy. No.
If anything was to happen, I'd call her after.
This is what I'm saying. These people are calling their mommies, crying and carrying on. You will probably cry too, but after the fact.
Yeah.
Because you're nervous. You're still shooken up for whatever, God forbid, may have or may not have happened. It is what it is. Okay. So what is your ideal of a perfect parent?
I don't know.
Do you feel like a perfect parent is a parent that gives you everything you want?
No.
Or you feel like a perfect parent is somebody that guides you for success for your future? Like, what do you feel?
Definitely not the first one, because in all honesty, that's how all these kids are up here. Like, they just get everything they want handed to them. And it's like they just feel entitled to this and that and to everything. And it's annoying. Because it's like, you're not entitled to anything. The amount of people that I graduated with that went to these great colleges and literally, like, dropped out after the first semester is ridiculous. It's like, you have parents who have been saving up this money for you since the day you were born to go to whatever college you wanted to go to, and now all of a sudden it's just like, oh, I don't want to go anymore, it's too hard. Like, these kids are just entitled to, oh yeah, I need to get this
very
because
privileged.
I have that, and then she has this and she has that, and it's just like, it doesn't amaze me because it's like I knew that there were kids like that out there in the world. It's just annoying that that's all that I'm surrounded by.
Okay. Wonderful. So, like, at what age do you feel like it is okay for your parent to be comfortable with you having sex?
I don't know. I feel like a parent will never be comfortable.
Good answer. A parent will never
because it's
be
like,
comfortable with you having sex at any age.
It's
you could be 21 and you probably be like, Mom, I lost my virginity. I'm gonna be like, girl.
And it's kind of gonna be like a kid finding out their parents are like still having sex. It goes both ways. Like, nobody's gonna be comfortable with that ever.
What? Like,
That's
okay.
it's just like it's obviously a thought, but it's
Right.
like to know is another thing.
Oh my god. Okay, so how the hell y'all think y'all got here?
I know how I got here. I'm well aware of how I got here.
Okay.
I just don't care to know about
Like,
how.
the logistics of like what's going on.
Yes. And if you guys are still doing it currently, that I don't care about. Don't want to know about.
Oh, so you
whatsoever.
don't want to know if like the parents are still sexually active? You
Yeah,
just
that's
want
what
to
I was. That's what I was saying. Like just like
Okay.
how like I said, it goes both ways. Like no parent will ever be comfortable knowing that that's what their child's doing. Just like how no child will be comfortable knowing that that's what their parents are doing.
Okay, so when do you think a young adult should tell their parent that I'm sexually active?
I feel like it depends, but then it also doesn't depend.
But what does it depend on? Like the age?
I feel like
or
it definitely
or...
depends on like age and time, but it also depends on like the child themselves, because there are a lot of kids up here who are just
fucking and sucking.
Yeah. And it's like they should be the ones to be like, okay, instantly they need to tell their parents, because it's like they know for a fact they're not going anywhere to go and make sure that they don't have any type of
STDs.
None of that. So it's like, I feel like they should definitely be like, telling their parents that stuff. So it definitely depends on the kid.
Mm-hmm.
But it also depends on like the timing too, because it's like, no kid at like 14 years old should be like, yeah, mom, I'm doing this, that, and third with this person, that person, or whatever in the case. I'm just like, bro, what are you doing? Like,
right.
What are you doing? Do your schoolwork.
So at what age do you feel like for a female that a parent should encourage them to be on birth control or have a talk about birth control?
I feel like the talk about birth control should be like at most like 10th grade, because they're gonna learn it regardless.
Right.
And it's like, I feel like once high school hits, that's when kids feel like
they're more sexually active or interested.
Not really interested. It's just like they're peer pressured, because that's all kids are talking about. And it's just getting worse as the generations go on.
Okay.
It's like that's all they're talking about, and then they're going to learn about it anyway, because that's when they start taking like sex ed classes. Mm-hmm. And then they start to talk to them about like, oh, when you are trying to make sure that you're protected and stuff like that, and they tell you all the ways to be protected, and birth control is one of those ways. So I definitely feel like it should be like something they talk about like either before high school hits or like before they hit 11th grade.
Do you feel like girls you're in your age bracket, between like 15 to your age bracket, do you feel like they have a safe space to talk to their parents about them even being interested in sex or birth control itself?
I feel like kids, you said 15 to my
between
age?
15 to your age. Not really.
I don't know, because it, like, I feel like it, I don't know, because
it could be situational, because I feel like it's situational depending on the relationship that each girl would have with their mother.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of mothers and daughters don't have that like bond. Not saying that they don't have good bonds, like their relationship is not good, but they don't have that bond where it's like open communication. You know, like the daughter may not be comfortable enough to go to her mother and say, this is what's going on at school. And a lot of girls are like, oh, you still a virgin? Like, the peer pressure, like you said, like that's what's going to make any girl feel like, oh, well, now maybe I probably should have sex already, because they're like, oh, you still a virgin? Like, damn, like when you going to lose your virginity? Like, I've had sex with 3 niggas already.
That's
right.
Not a flex.
It's crazy.
That's
but
not a flex.
It's not. But, I'm sure that's the reality for your age bracket, between 15 or probably even lower than that. But I started at 15 because, some people can hold off and some kids just cannot. They don't have that willpower to say, no, I'm good. Like, so what? I'm still a virgin and I'm 20. It don't matter.
Right.
Like, that's my choice. I choose to still be a virgin because I want to say
to not have STDs.
Yeah, right. Or I just choose to just chill. I just choose to just be chilled, I wish there was ways for a lot of mothers and daughters to have this open outlet to talk to their daughters and tell their daughters like certain things. I don't know how they can go about doing it because for me, yeah, it was uncomfortable to talk to you about sex and birth control and all this stuff. But I knew that once you hit 18, everything was going to be out of my control. Meaning, like for you to go to like the doctor and have those conversations
But
and
then
things
I
like
feel
that.
I feel like it's also like with the child themselves too, because it's like if the parent is already strict on them, they already started to do these things from way early on because they're sneaking to do it. That goes for all types of drugs, sneaking out, sex, alcohol, all those things. Yeah, all those things. They already started doing it. So it's like more than likely they don't want to have that conversation with their parents or their mom, like if it's a girl or whatever the case may be, is because they're already doing it and they don't want to risk their parents being like, is that what they're doing? Because why did they come up to me randomly saying that? Because that's the, like, no parent cannot say that that's not their first instinct. Like, if your child was to randomly call it to you and be like, oh, so, like, blah, blah, blah about weed. Oh, are they smoking weed? Like, that's instantly what a parent's going to say.
That's true. Well, you know, it's funny you say that because I can say, and I know that my siblings will agree, that when we was your age, it's not. I don't want to say that my mother wasn't open to having those conversations with us. We just didn't feel comfortable to have those conversations with her because
it's weird.
It's not that it was weird. She was so strict on us.
Oh.
Like your grandmother was.
Yeah,
she wasn't having it, and you know, I feel like as we got older and started to have sex and have kids, is when we were realizing like, okay, we understood why she was so strict on us because we lived in the hood. We didn't live like in lives like this to where certain things could be a little more controlled. We lived in the city in Brooklyn to where it was like peer pressure. This is nothing. Like we could have dealt with this type of dynamic in our sleep. Down here, it's like it's everywhere. Sex was every fucking where. Like you on the corner, you see crackheads fucking and sucking. No, like seriously, I'm not exaggerating. I'm sure anybody that's my age bracket or that really know me knew. Like you see people doing weirdo ass shit out there, and it was like it just was everywhere. Yeah. It's literally everywhere. There's sex stores. There's all kinds of shit that makes people interested in sex sooner than what they were supposed to be. You got apartment buildings, because it was, I mean, the projects was around, but I didn't live in no projects when I lived in Brooklyn with my mother. Then we lived in an apartment building. So, you know, people would hang out, have these little bashment parties, because that's what they called it. They called it a bashment party.
What the heck is a bashment party?
Where you be in a crib, you invite people over to your crib, and the house is complete black,
that's
and
disgusting.
You're winding up on the walls.
That's disgusting.
But that's what they called it. You're winding up on walls, people in bathrooms, fucking, or in the rooms. So it's typically like shit you see on movies. Like on the TV.
Honestly.
Like that's what was happening. Somebody's mom was cool to where they didn't give a fuck and you was fucking and sucking and drinking and carrying on. That's what it was like, but worse.
That is everything you see up here.
It was, but I'm sure it was worse. If I could go to one of those parties one day and just see,
that's why I had trouble.
Was worse.
That's why I had trouble like answering your question with like the kids like telling their parents stuff, because it's like all I think about is like up here. Majority of these kids have no problem asking their parents nothing, because they could go and ask their parents to buy them half the liquor store for a party and they'll do it.
Yeah, because they just want to be more than a cool mom. They want to be like
they literally want to be the cool mom from Mean Girls.
Yes, like that type of bullshit, and it's just stupid.
Exactly,
and it's like,
because it's
now
like,
y'all giving other kids alcohol, and then now something happens.
Situations where
then
cops
what?
Got called on these moms because of them figuring out that that's
doing.
where they were, and that's how they got the alcohol from a whole parent.
So, what do you suggest for mothers to do? Okay, so I'm going to try to wrap it up because I know we got other things to do. So before we end this, what do you suggest that parents could do for any kids, like guy or girl, to like get them to talk more?
I feel like it depends. Like if you're like already like you know, like a strict parent, which like you may not think that you are, but like if you're always like, you know, like if you're the like type of parent that you see on TikTok and you laugh at it, but it's so true, that like tells the kid to wash the dishes after washing the dishes. don't like it's so funny on TikTok, but it's so
it's
true.
Not funny. Yeah, it's really
it's
not funny.
It's so true, and it's just like it just makes the kid feel like, bro, like you just like want to tell me what to do when I'm literally doing it before you even ask, and it's like you don't even care. So it's kind of just like it's like if you, like you kind of just like have to like try to like not be strict.
Not you mean like not so strict?
Like yeah, like not so strict.
Because I don't think we as other parents could not be strict.
Like not so strict, but to the point where it's like, you know, like they know that like you're gonna tell them like what they should and should be doing, but it's like they can also come to you for advice. And now I feel like, you know, the first thing you're gonna be like is, before I tell you what you should or shouldn't do.
Okay. All right. So I'll leave that at that. If you guys would like for us to finish up on this, or for me to have Tanaya, my daughter, my little mini me, back up here to just to elaborate on a few more things, let me know in those comments, and then yeah, I'll see if she's willing to come back on, and maybe I can get her boyfriend up here, because I'm really dying to get him up here to get his insight, because she has a boyfriend. Bye, guys.
Dangerous, been so lost without you all around me.